This is why I train in martial arts. I'm pausing because I don't know quite how to say what I really want to say. Let's take a look at the area that the woman who was stabbed in Fairfax. Um, this is the what? During the week, during the last week of July 2017 in Fairfax County, Virginia, United States. Let's take a look at where she was walking when she was stabbed. I'm going to put that in here. That is an abandoned area. No amount of training that I or anyone else can give you is going to save you if you are walking in an abandoned area like that by yourself. Even if you have a gun, you are still not going to be saved if you're walking in an area by yourself like that and somebody comes up behind you, you don't see them or you don't hear them. Because even if she had a gun, she wasn't looking around behind her, she's still going to get stabbed. She would have gotten stabbed before she got the gun out. Now I'm going to go to the actual news story that I saw.
Many of us do it every day of the week, walk to the metro to get to work. Well, now imagine this. A stranger creeps up from behind and attacks you. Well, that's what happened to a young woman in Fairfax. Police say that stranger stabbed her in the neck. This happened less than a mile from the Vienna metro station near the intersection of Vaden Drive and Saintsbury Drive. That's where we find WUSA 9's Stephanie Galehard live for us tonight with more on this. So what happened here, Stephanie?
Yeah, Adam, this is the path right here where that woman was attacked. And essentially, it's right across the street from that metro station. Police tell me the woman in her 20s was walking on this path right here. She was headed to the metro station to take the train to work when the seemingly unthinkable happened. Police tell me that a man came up from behind her and stabbed her in the neck. All of this went down this morning around 7:30 in the morning during rush hour. Now, detectives spent hours out here searching for the suspect, looking for clues, and interviewing potential witnesses. Many people who walk this way to get to the metro say it's terrifying.
Okay, martial artists out there. What is the first thing you do when you start your form? You come to what? You come to attention. You bring your body to attention. From a self-defense standpoint, it's telling you you have to pay attention. The next thing you do is bow. From a self-defense standpoint, in addition to me sometimes interpreting that move as a headbutt, you need to have respect for your own life and safety. The bow is a sign of respect. It's an Asian cultural carryover, but you can also look at it as having respect for your life so that you will protect it. Now, in Korean, in Japanese arts, you go to Junbi, you get ready to perform your form. And then what's the first thing you do after you're ready to perform the form? It's not block or do a defensive move or do an attack. It's look. It should be look. I have that habit too sometimes in my forms. I don't look. But your first move, if you notice, you see someone that's good at forms, they look. Because you can't stop anything if you don't look. If you don't look, you have to rely on your skin. And a lot of people don't have enough mind-body connection with their skin where they're going to feel something coming at their head and it's dangerous and they're going to duck, move, whatever. Some people would have felt a prick on the neck and moved and pushed the person away, but not everybody can do that. And some people definitely won't hear the person walking up behind them. So that's how she got stabbed in the neck. She got stabbed in the neck being in an abandoned place at the wrong time.
That's crazy. That's just insane because I'm 26 and to think that I'm going into the metro now, it's just crazy.
We're just in New York City, so it's it doesn't feel any unsafer than being in the cities. It is kind of worrying though, because it doesn't happen too much around here.
It's hard to know that those are the times that we live in, you know, that's becoming more and more of a reality, but I definitely hope she's able to recover.
While I most definitely hope that the victim makes a full, complete recovery and that they catch the perpetrator and put him or her under the jail, the times that we live in, or the whole, oh, well, I'm from New York, I'm used to this. She said it in standard English. She didn't say how I usually hear it is, I'm from New York, you know what I'm saying, son. That type of thing, you know what I mean? I'm from New York, I'm from Brooklyn, you know what I mean? You know, she didn't put it that way. She put it in very polite standard English terms. But this, I'm from New York, or I'm from Chicago, or I'm from DC. I don't care where you're from. I'm from Afghanistan. Who cares where you're from? You have to be concerned with violence. And you shouldn't put yourself in dangerous situations where somebody can attack you and there's nobody there to help you. I know sometimes it absolutely positively cannot be helped. And like, you know, walking to the bus stop, you know, when you got to go to work early in the morning, some of us just can't avoid it. If you don't have a car, you got to catch the bus. But she walked down an abandoned path. An abandoned path. And just because something usually doesn't happen, doesn't mean that something won't happen. That is the perfect place for a predator. That's a perfect place for a predator. And the times that we live in, people are violent by nature. Not everyone, but there's a large segment of humanity that is violent by nature. It's not most people, but it's just enough people to make things necessary, like police officers, militaries, bodyguards, weapons, and martial arts lessons.
Thankfully, police tell me the victim is going to be okay.
So, Stephanie, it sounds like she didn't see this coming at all. So, do we even have a description of the suspect from police?
Adam, no, we don't, not really. Police tell me, again, the man came up from behind her.
Something I'm going to do. No, I'm not going to give it away. We're going to play a game, and maybe I'll address it in another video if enough people ask. What drill that's common in karate and taekwondo styles could we do, or could we change a little bit to address this? There's actually two you could, but one that I know is constant in all styles that we could change. I'll give you a hint. You start this drill off with both of you looking at each other. Maybe you need to make the defender turn around sometimes so you can get ingrained the idea of somebody coming up behind you. It's not going to be foolproof, but it'll help. That's because, especially if you know most of your violent encounters are in a dojo and you're not unfortunate enough to have lived through like 1970s Brooklyn, when you didn't really need to do self-defense drills because people were coming after you anyway. So, you know, if you lived in some place like that.
And they say she didn't really look at his face.
Something we'll be following closely.
So, you know, police, they really do need the public's help tonight. So if you know anything about this crime, you're asked to call the Fairfax County Police Department. You can go to our website for that number. You can remain anonymous. And there is a reward, a cash reward of up to $1,000 for any information that does lead to an arrest. Reporting live tonight in Fairfax County, I'm Stephanie Galahard, WUSA 9.
Please pay attention to your surroundings. Please try to avoid lonely, dark paths when you don't have to travel that way. Please avoid those. I'm glad the victim's going to be okay. I don't mean to pick on her. And don't get it twisted. This could happen to anybody who's out in some place where there's nobody else around. So if you're ever out someplace where there's nobody else around, please keep looking. Just keep looking. Keep looking. And keep your ears open. But the main thing is if you look around, it's going to make it hard for somebody to come up and stab you in the neck. And if they come from the woods and they look like they got something, got that hand behind their back and they kind of lean like this, or you see they got a hand inside here or something like that, a hand in here, you can run. There's no shame in running, okay? There's no shame in running. Be safe out there. And if you're near me, take a class. Peace.